classes.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to more Beastiklees! And I am joined here with Lopez, who, if you follow Lol Beast Gaming, you probably know him as the titular Lopez.
Might recognize me.
Yeah. Do you have a little
as the one
stroke
stuttering, yeah.
And my
Good
friend
luck with
Jake.
the speech therapy.
Shut up, okay?
And it is time to talk more D&D. And finally, we're going to get on to some character creation.
Yeah,
so
baby.
I will go into a more in-depth video of, showing the character sheet and going step by step of how to do this. But I figured this would be fun to help out my friends.
Yes.
With getting their character sheets filled out. And then in the following video, we will run a little campaign.
Yeah, baby.
Showing off these characters. So,
show me, Dungeon Master.
first things first, they have been off-camera kind of taking a look at the player's handbook. For simplicity's purposes, we're going to go based off of just the core player's handbook information. So just the core races and the classes and the class specializations or class features that are available in the player's handbook.
Yeah.
So, looks like Chris has already started with a
name.
Character name, and Jake already has, looks like, a race and a class filled out here. So, first things first with character creation is figuring out what you want your race and your class to be. So, Jake, what do you got?
Halfling cleric. It's kind of like a healer for those of you who don't know.
Yeah.
Nice. And Chris, what are you looking at?
A human ranger.
Human ranger. You're
Yes,
so boring.
indeed. Oh, whatever. Okay. Everyone was a ranger.
I guess so.
I guess.
So, after
Badass.
you filled out your class and your race, I'll grab a sheet for myself. So
Over 9,000. Okay, that's what we're putting.
Oh my God, he's filled out his experience.
It's not real, okay, everybody?
Over
It's
9,000.
a
So-
noob ranger.
Next thing is you choose your background and your alignment. Now,
Right.
backgrounds and alignments are more just kind of ways to kind of flesh out how your character's personality will kind of be, and also giving an idea of where do they come from, and where do they go, where they come from. Kind of idea. So, I guess Chris is looking at the human stuff still.
Yeah, kind of the.
Okay.
These aren't backgrounds. These are just kind of like I guess little.
Yeah, just still looking at the human features, racial featers.
Yeah.
So,
kind of like your sub ethnicity or something like inside of human classes.
Oh yeah, humans do get a little bit of that.
Yeah.
We will get into those traits there in a little bit.
Righto.
Alignment, I'd say background, that's something that you can kind of figure out more on your own at this point. In the player's handbook, it does have a list of alignments that you can choose from.
It's like chaotic good, evil, neutral. Or,
alignments. I'm sorry. What was I saying? Alignments? I meant background. Backgrounds are something that you can take your time a little bit later and choose what you got. What did you put down?
Acolyte.
Acolyte. All right.
Work at a temple.
Yeah.
Wow.
So with that, and we'll get more into because you do, get extra skill abilities.
Oh.
With that, so depending on what background you choose, it also gives you extra proficiencies.
There you go.
So let's go ahead and move on to let's fill out the ability scores. Once again, for simplicity's sake, we're going to go ahead and do standard array.
Okay.
So that is you are given specific numbers, and you just fill it out how you want it to be.
Gotcha.
So you have 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, and 8.
Okay.
So choose where you want those numbers to be based off of what you think your class will most benefit.
15, 14, 13, 12, and 8.
Cleric is Constitution
15, 14,
and Wisdom,
13,
right?
12, 10, 8.
Right.
Your clerics
So-
are Wisdom and Constitution, right?
Clerics, let's see what it says here.
I believe so. I know it's pretty sure it's Constitution.
I think you might be right.
Well, with the healing and all.
There you go. So saving throws, wisdom and charisma, actually. So those are your saving proficiencies.
Okay.
Wisdom for clerics will be your main stat because that's where a lot of your spellcasting abilities will come from, is wisdom based.
Right.
So that's something to take into account, that you definitely want a somewhat high wisdom if you plan on casting spells as a cleric.
So those numbers that you were giving us there, where do those go? Those go all over here, right?
Those go right there.
Yeah.
So 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 8.
12, 10, 8. Gotcha. Gotcha.
So go ahead and let them take the time to fill out that, and then we'll go from there.
Oh, this is probably going to be bad, but okay. Whatever.
So,
yeah.
So your score get modifiers
Right.
to them. We'll start with the lowest. So 8 has a -1 modifier
Right.
to it. So in that small
Bang.
bubble, you put that.
Yep.
So
Easy
wherever
peasy.
you put 8, that has a -1. So anytime you have to roll for a check that involves whatever ability that has, you add that modifier to whatever your roll is.
Okay.
It's fine to have a negative modifier. Sometimes it also kind of adds to the fun of your character.
Yeah.
Because it also kind of shows where some of their vulnerabilities are. In which case, intelligence for you.
Yeah. Not a very smart ranger. Oh man.
Doesn't need that.
Well, I don't know.
I got 15 in dexterity, so I could
But
that means
survival.
I could like knock 3 arrows at once and just blind
Well,
fire.
the difference between like wisdom and intellect, they almost kind of work in some way separately from each other, because intelligence more shows how, I guess, like book smarts
Yeah.
you are. That will
Wisdom
determine.
is just the application of intelligence.
Kind of, yeah, because
I got
wisdom involves like survival and nature,
Street smarts, baby.
stuff. So yeah, you got the street smarts versus the book smarts, because with intelligence, that's where your arcana and history checks, will come in. 10 is a 0 modifier. That's just a straight neutral number.
Yep.
12 has a +1.
Cool.
13 also has a +1.
Easy.
14 and 15 will have +2.
God damn. Okay.
All right. So
13 is +1, 12 is +1.
yeah,
Yep,
13
yep.
and 12 are +1. And
Okay, so if I get a natural for my racial ability,
yes, so then we'll add that into it. So the standard array is just base information.
okay,
Halflings,
Dex.
I believe, get +2 dex,
Yeah,
right? So
that's
whatever
it.
you put into your dex, add 2 to that, and then so what did you put as your dex?
my -1.
Your -1, so it becomes 10,
0.
which then becomes 0.
So I just put that in now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Humans, you can do a variant. You can either do standard human, which gets +1 to every single one of their ability scores, or you can put a 1 in 2 scores.
Okay.
So if you wanted to, I'd say just take the 1. So all of these scores that you've written down, add 1
Okay.
to that.
Just all of them.
Yeah. So your 14 becomes 15, 15 becomes
Right.
16. So that actually will kind of give some changes to
Yeah.
your modifiers. You still get a -1 on intelligence, though. But
Who was talking trash about humans now? Huh?
Well,
they're
filthy.
very well-rounded
They're kind of a
character.
garbage race.
I will say
Really?
humans. I mean, if you're gonna play in a fantasy world, I mean, I assume that we're all humans here. So
No.
why would you be a human?
Not if Danny DeVito
know.
is watching.
Danny DeVito.
He is a god among men.
But humans, especially if you're just starting out, human is a very good starting, well-rounded character race to choose from. So there's nothing wrong with that. So
Yeah.
your 15 is +2. 16 actually gets +3 now.
Hot damn. Okay, so I just add
Yeah.
that onto there?
Yep.
Okay.
No, so 16, so 16, but your modifier
Oh, I
is
see.
+3.
Right, makes sense. Okay. God damn that dexterity.
Yeah, and 14 is a +2 modifier,
That's right. Yeah.
and the others are good.
Cool.
So,
Cool.
okay, so you're at 10, so that becomes 0. Did halflings, was it only dexterity, or did they, okay.
That's all it says. It doesn't say a minus on strength.
All right, cool. So, From there, now we can figure out some of this other information. Where it says proficiency bonus, in your chart, it will actually tell you what your proficiency bonus for class is. Every class starts off with 2.
Depending on what level you are.
And then the more levels you get, the more it increases.
Right.
For the sake of the fact that we are actually going to be having them run a small campaign after this, I'm going to actually have them start at either level 2 or 3. So you guys choose, what do you guys want to do, 2 or 3? You're
3
going to
because
do
I'm
3?
squishy.
Level
Okay.
3. Right.
So let's do level 3. So at level 3, you still have a +2.
You get a +2.
Yeah, proficiency. So
just
in your
+2.
proficiency spot right here, you put 2.
But then I get...
That's inspiration.
You get a. Oh, sorry. You get a +2 right there.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the same with rangers.
Yeah. No. Where's
Every class.
Oh, it is the.
Yeah, every
okay.
class when it comes to proficiency will level up the exact same way.
Got it.
Okay.
Get it.
So
Easy.
now we can come to your scores right here.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, whatever. So strength, looked at that, and you'll just put
Just add them up.
that information. Not even added. You just write down whatever that modifier
Oh, gotcha.
is in that slot.
Cool. Dexterity 3. Bang. Constitution 0. Intelligence. -1. What the fuck? Okay.
Okay.
Easy.
So now comes to what are your class's saving throws? We just figured out what Jake's was as a cleric. He has wisdom and charisma.
Yep.
So that means that with wisdom and charisma checks or saving throws, he gets to add that proficiency bonus onto it. So where you see in that saving throw box that you just filled in, that little circle that's next to it, go ahead and bubble in that.
That's a +1 to that.
No, it actually adds your proficiency bonus to it.
okay.
So in charisma, what's your charisma modifier?
2.
2. So you add your proficiency, so it becomes 4 in that slot.
Okay.
And then same thing
with
with
my
your
wisdom.
wisdom, whatever that says, and then you add your proficiency bonus. I think with rangers, I want to say it's dexterity
I would be surprised if it's not.
and
It is.
where it says saving throw,
Strength and dex.
Yeah.
strength and dex. So go in and bubble in those.
Yep.
Add your proficiency modifier to those numbers, so that becomes a 4,
Right.
and that becomes a 5.
Damn.
So if you ever have to make saving throws, that's the number that you need
Yeah.
to do.
Now you said this becomes a 5, but
That-
there's a +3 right
Yeah,
there.
+3. So it's the 3 that you had there, but you add your proficiency.
Oh, got it.
So
Okay.
5.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Got it.
So there you go. Now, same thing with these. So it tells you in parentheses what check it's based off of.
Yeah.
So you just take whatever your modifier is for that specific slot, and you just fill it in just like you did with your saving throws boxes. Make sense?
No.
So acrobatics, it says it's strength skill. See that? It's very light.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, dex.
So
okay.
you just put in what your strength modifier
Gotcha.
is. So you just do the same thing for whatever each one of those state.
Right. So this is dex that goes 3. This is wisdom. It goes bang. Int goes -1. Fuck. It's so bad.
Those become pretty funny. And then depending on what proficiencies you choose to take, skill proficiencies, you
Yeah.
can add your bonus to that if you ever have to make checks with that.
Shit, I can't see that. Who's that?
What are you looking at?
Athletics?
That's strength.
Of course.
Acrobatics in comparison to athletics, acrobatics is more for like jumping and spinning and dodging,
Right.
Things like that.
History.
Athletics is like climbing, swimming.
Right. Intimidations, charisma, 2, bang.
Okay, so Jake's already got that filled out. So Jake, what skill proficiencies does it have available for cleric?
Let's take a look.
Nature, what is that again? Int? Yeah.
Once again, all this information that we're filling out the character sheets on, it's all available in the player's handbook.
Yeah.
So everything that you fill out this character sheet on, you should be able to find it in that book.
Sleight of hand. Dex, baby. Yeah. Stealth, more dex. I've just basically built like the most badass ranger you've ever seen.
Oh yeah,
Easy.
You think so?
Yeah.
I can't wait to see you fail on rolls.
You don't know.
So,
Right.
So skills.
Skills.
Choose 2. History, insight, medicine, persuasion, and religion.
so you choose 2 of those from that list.
Definitely going to go
While
medicine.
he's doing that, Chris, we're gonna look at Ranger.
Mm-hmm.
Ranger's skill. Choose 2 from Arcana, Animal Handling, Insight, Medicine, Nature, Perception, Religion, and Survival. So of that list, choose 2.
Oh, goddamn. Okay. You say persuasion?
Perception.
Perception.
So like if you're actively trying to see something,
Yeah.
perception is what you're gonna want with that.
I'm gonna do perception.
Okay. So bubble that
Yeah.
in.
Okay.
That's not on my list.
It is not on your list.
And then what else?
No.
Perception should be on.
Oh, no, there it
Yeah.
is. I can't read. Ha.
I'll read it for you again. It's Arcana,
Right.
Animal Handling,
Mhm.
Insight, Medicine, Nature. You already chose Perception.
Yep.
Religion and Survival.
I guess I'll do survival.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what you just bubbled in, you add your proficiency bonus to that score now.
Gotcha.
So
This becomes a 3.
yeah, that becomes a 3. So what did you bubble?
Medicine and persuasion.
Okay, so next to those, you add your proficiency bonus to that score now. So that becomes, anytime you make a check with that, whatever you roll, you add that number to that roll now.
Yeah.
So you are proficient in that. All right, moving on to equipment.
Yes. The good shit.
Starting equipment for a ranger is you can choose from either a wooden shield or a simple weapon.
All right.
What do you choose?
I'm gonna take a simple weapon.
Simple weapon.
Yeah.
Weapons that you're proficient in are clubs, daggers, darts, javelins, maces, quarterstaffs, scimitars, sickles, slings, and spears.
Oh damn! No bows. Look at that.
You do get a bow as your starting equipment.
Okay, gotcha.
Starting equipment.
Then,
Wait a second. What am I looking at? Wait, I'm looking at. Oh, holy shit!
What?
I accidentally read off the druid.
Oh, okay. I was like, there's got to be a bow in there.
So actually, your proficiencies might be different.
Okay.
Because I accidentally read that off. Sorry, everyone.
That's all right. Mistakes can be made.
No, that's not okay.
Okay, so for rangers, your proficiencies, you actually get to choose 3.
Oh shit! What?
Animal handling, athletics, insight, investigation, nature, perception, stealth, and survival.
Ooh, I'm gonna do stealth, animal handling, and you said perception?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perception, stealth, and animal handling.
Okay, so for rangers, you are proficient in simple and martial weapons.
Okay.
There is a list of equipment and
Right.
weapons that you can choose from within that.
Right.
For clerics, your starting equipment
We've
includes...
got a mace, scale mail, light crossbow, a priest pack or an explorer's pack, and a shield and a holy symbol.
There you go. So,
Damn.
So,
Kick ass.
yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Okay.
yeah, so you can do... Yeah, so you chose a mace, you chose scale mail.
Yes.
Okay.
Dip, I gotta
You
look
chose
at
the
this.
light crossbow,
Oh.
Yes.
the explorer's pack,
No,
there's
priest pack.
equipment,
Well,
okay.
priest pack.
what's in the priest pack? I don't know.
Let's take a look at that.
It's actually a monthly subscription.
Yes.
Oh, hunter, where are you? A ranger. Let's see here. Skills, equipment. Ooh. Alright.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're looking at that.
Scale mail, duh.
A priest pack includes a backpack, a blanket, 10 candles, a tinder box, an alms box, 2 blocks of incense, a censer, vestments, and 2 days of rations, and a water skin.
Now, when you say vestments, like holy vestments?
Yeah, like vestments, yeah.
Like the Exorcist holy vestments?
I mean, if that's what you want it to look like.
That's what I want it to look
Okay.
like.
There you go.
With the purple scarf.
There you go.
Priest pack.
There's candles and incense.
What packs
Look.
does it say you have? So yeah, you can put that in.
You light
and
some
Titus is
candles.
going
Yeah.
insane outside.
Yeah.
You light some candles. You light up some incense. You put
Yeah.
on some Al Green and
Some
Get it
Al Green.
Yeah.
love Al Green. The Reverend? Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Shoot.
Oh, priest pack and then a shield.
And then a shield, yes. And then should you choose to always have that shield equipped, then that gives you +2 to your armor class.
What is
Which
my
is-
armor class with the scale?
We're going to find that out, right?
The Explorer's pack, longbow, 20 arrows.
With scale mail, it is a base of 14 plus your dex modifier.
14 plus 0.
Okay, so it's 14, and
So
then
I'm
with
gonna
your
do
shield.
I'm gonna do 16 right now.
So yeah, so if you have your shield, you get the +2, so you have a 16 armor class.
So I'm gonna
Yeah,
do
yeah, yeah.
14
I
plus
believe
2.
with Rangers, what does it say they start with? They start with leather armor, am I right?
Scale mail or leather armor.
Oh, scale mail or leather, so
Yeah.
what are you going to choose?
Scale mail, baby.
Scale mail, so you got 14 plus your dex,
Oh, shit. Okay.
so you're looking at 17, that's
Yep.
nice, that's a nice
Yes.
place to start.
Yeah, baby.
Alright,
Wait,
initiative.
what was the other armor I get?
Oh, was it? Either chainmail starts you off at 16.
Oh, that's what I mean.
However, that's considered heavy armor. You do get a disadvantage for stealth checks should you choose to use it.
No, I'm not going stealth this way. I'm gonna do.
However, scale also gives you, because they're both considered kind of loud.
So then, in that case, I might as well just go full chainmail.
You might as well, and that gives you what's your strength at?
10.
You actually cannot, because strength requires you have at least a 13 strength to be able to wield
God, I
that.
hate you.
Unfortunately, yeah. Once you get into the heavy armor, you do have to have a minimum strength.
God, I hate you.
Halfling.
You know what?
What?
Has
I
nothing
mean-
to do with my size.
All right.
So yeah, so if you have that, that's where you're gonna be at.
Right.
Okay, initiative. Initiative deals with order of combat.
Initiation.
So, what?
Initiation.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So initiative, to determine what your initiative is, it's just what your dex modifier
Oh.
is.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
So your initiative would be 3. So what's your dex modifier?
0.
0. So your initiative is technically 0. So whenever you
Right.
roll for initiative, you add that number to your roll.
I add 0 to my roll.
Yes. So yours
Gotcha.
is just whatever your flat roll is.
Natural 1.
Yeah. Let's see. So now we're going to look at speed. Halfling is considered small. You have a base speed of 25.
25 feet.
You're human. You're medium.
30.
You have 30.
30. Alrighty.
Current
Yeah.
hit points. So on your class sheet, it tells you what your hit dice is.
Yeah.
What does it say for ranger?
1d10 per ranger level.
1d10.
I think it's a
So
D8 for the clerics.
So
I think
it's
it is.
D10 plus your Constitution modifier.
Mm-hmm.
So you're looking at first level, it's 10 plus your Constitution. So at first level, you have 0 Constitution modifier.
Right.
So
right.
your first level is 10. Once again, for simplicity's sake, usually the player's handbook does state any level past first level, it has a number written plus your Constitution. For simplicity's sake, we're just going to take max hit die. So you're at 3rd level, so you take 10 times 3. You're at 30 points of health
Okay.
at
Gotcha.
3rd level.
Gotcha.
So what's your hit die as a cleric?
As a cleric, it is 8
8
plus
plus your con.
yeah,
Well, I
first
think
level
the
8
first
plus your
level-
Constitution
Okay, so what's your Constitution?
plus 1.
Plus 1.
8 times
so
3 plus 1.
What?
8 times 3 plus 1. Or, sorry, 8 times 3 plus 3. Right?
Yeah, so it would be 20,
It's 27.
27.
Yeah, yeah. Bingo.
So that's what your
27.
hit points are at. Your max hit points are at 27. All right, cool.
My
So-
temporary hit points are like over 9,000.
So there you have it. With character creation, that's your base information. Once again, you can fill out the traits and features in this column right here.
Spend all day
based
writing
off
those.
of you could spend all day long writing that information in. There are also apps that exist that do 5th edition character sheets for you, so you can put in the information and it will fill out the basic information for you. So if you're just starting out and you're a little bit confused as to how to figure out how to
OrcPub.
fill out this information, OrcPub is another good resource. You can Google that.
Yes.
That's a website you use. Wizards of the Coast is actually creating a website called D&D Beyond, but it's still in like the beta workings, and they haven't quite got all of the options available to class and character creation.
Right.
But once that does come in, I will be using that quite a lot, I think.
Okay.
Now, we're going to go ahead and fill out the rest of this information off camera. All of the other traits, it tells you right in the book what you get at certain levels. We're starting at 3, so we're going to go ahead and work on that, getting that information filled in, as well as picking spells for our cleric here, which will take a little bit of time that I don't want to waste your time on camera getting that done.
You'll do that at another date.
We'll figure out
in-depth video on
we'll do an
spellcasting.
in-depth video on spells later on in the future. For now, we wanted to get some, just a base idea of how character creation works, and then we'll see you next time in a campaign.
Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
See ya.